And there we are. Hey, look at that. It's a three.
Hey,
We,
hey.
we,
Oh,
we might have our buddy up here,
oh,
but in
there
the
we go.
meantime, there's the two of us. How's it going? Zoe was always, always,
Hi.
always.
Good
Hey,
morning,
good
Robert.
morning.
Good
So
morning,
what's
everybody.
happening with you? You got your bonnet on. Still doing the
I don't know
bonnet?
if you have, well, you didn't go outside yet this morning, but
How do you
had
know
you
that?
had you gone outside? Well, that's true. I don't know that for sure. I don't know that
It's
for sure.
true, just to be clear. But
I made an informed assumption.
yeah, no, I haven't gone outside.
It is a little chilly out this morning,
Yeah,
everyone.
I saw it like said
He's not
7 degrees.
out the door. It was
Yeah.
3 when I left this morning. So yeah, it's chilly. It's nice and
No
chilly.
good. No good. This is why I basically don't leave the house. Seriously. That's the way it works. It's the best thing for me.
The best thing for you. Oh my goodness. Sorry everyone. I'm getting loud texts here.
Getting bing bing
Everyone's
bing.
awake. Bing bing bing, doing all the things. How are you this morning,
I'm
Robert?
good. I'm ready for the weekend, frankly. I'm ready to I got a lot of work to do around the house this weekend, so I guess I'm kind of looking forward to that. So no tractoring, so
I was
we
gonna
should
say
be
no like tree removal yet.
no. I I thought I was going to be doing some work in the yard over the winter, but no, just no.
Yard work in the winter in New
Well, I mean,
Hampshire.
because with the tractor, I can get out to the swampy areas and
Okay.
like
Oh,
go
okay. And
take
they're
some of the
frozen
trees
now.
down. Yeah, so I mean, I could. I
Right.
mean, last time I got the tractor stuck, I said to myself, I should probably wait till this is firmed up a little bit. So I mean, now it's firm.
It is first.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
that's where we're at. So
Awesome.
yeah,
All right. So good morning, everyone.
good morning.
We have somebody's asking about where's Grandpa Tim, Uncle Tim, Uncle Tim.
No, it's Grandpa. We can work with that. I like that. Okay,
Okay.
I
All
can
right.
work with
Well,
that.
he enjoys when Camille says Uncle. He really appreciates that. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
with Uncle. Uncle Tim is
yeah.
on assignment today, so you've
He
got
is.
us filling in for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and oh, typo. Yes, that's right. Right. Just a typo. Just a typo. That's
What?
all.
I
We
don't
won't
see
tell
this.
him.
I don't see this note. Where is this coming from? Who's
I
doing
the
this?
Facebook user. I don't know. I'm not sure who
Oh,
that is.
there it is. Yeah, look at
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all
Um,
right.
so that also means because Tim is on assignment this morning, we are not going to have profit share this morning today. So it
No.
was scheduled to be today at 11 with Tim
Mm-hmm.
as usual, but Tim is on assignment, so we have removed that from the calendar, as you'll
Mm-hmm.
see in the news. So
Yep.
today we've got coming up Ignite 9 a.m. If you are participating, we're like coming down the home stretch.
Mm-hmm.
At 1 p.m. back to basics with our brokers. If you've got questions, if you come up, if you often come up to a certain point in your transactions and you're like, "Ooh, what do I do here again?" I forgot. Or come up to a certain point in your contracts, like, "Ooh, am I really supposed to fill it in that way?" Like this is your chance.
Yep.
It and they are here. They are here to answer
Yeah.
your questions and get basically make sure that you know exactly what you're doing and
Mm-hmm.
you're confident in everything.
You
Everything
know
you're doing.
what? You guys should ask the question about trusts. Somebody get into that room and ask questions about trusts because
It's like
that's actually.
generally
Hmm?
like trust falls.
Well, yeah, trust falls. Yes, exactly. Uh,
I'm joking, everyone. Yes,
and
okay.
Zoe, of course, did not catch me.
Okay.
No, trusts are a crazy little animal that we have to deal with, and I think that what ends up happening, and the reason I say you should ask this is because what ends up happening is trusts don't happen every day, and what you end up with is like, oh my gosh, I got a trust. What do I do? And I've had a few of those questions lately, and quite frankly, I have to defer like 80% of the questions back to the brokers because the questions are not necessarily technical; they're procedural. And so I can help you with what ends up being the technical requirement. I can tell you where to put things once it's determined what needs to be there. And so take a moment and explore it, look at it, learn it, make some notes on it, and get ready for the day that you have to do something with trusts. Because, I mean, it's quite frankly, it's not hard. It's just a matter of understanding the process. So if you haven't got a question in line for the brokers lined up, when you pop in today, say, "Hey, how do I deal with trusts?" And open that can of worms. And I'm only suggesting that because, like I said, I try to share things that I see popping up. And in my world, having 2 trusts in a matter of 2 months is a lot, because that indicates that the agents that are not familiar with them, that's popping up now. So when I see that, I'm like, oh, red flag. Let's talk about that. So and in terms of any other things that pop up, that's what we try to add new material constantly to the LMS, and we also adjust what happens on our Tech Tuesdays at the 301 class. When we do the 3 o'clock class on Tech Tuesdays, those classes are, I call them the intermediate classes for command, but most of the topics are driven by what's the word on the street. What am I seeing for people that are constantly asking about? So take the opportunity with the back to the basics.
Absolutely. And that's actually a great point, Robert, that you will hear in your meetings with myself and Robert and Tim. We'll hear us say, "That's a good question for Jason. That's a great question for," I'll say, "That's a great question for Robert." Or maybe that's a great question for your therapist. And there's a reason we...
Wait, how do you know my therapist?
There's a reason we say
no, she's not talking about you. She's not referring to you specifically.
So Robert's in session right now on KWik Start. We won't talk about it. We'll just skate right past that. He has like an in-house.
Yeah, I have an in-house therapist.
Yeah,
and he walks on 4 legs. And
okay.
Sorry, I derailed that.
The best kind of therapist ever.
Absolutely. Great listener.
Yes, they are great listeners. Well, my cat's not a great listener. She just walks away. She
walks away. I've heard this story. I don't want to hear it.
Oh my gosh, this is about you. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Anyways, as you were saying,
there's a reason we do that, and it's because we are not qualified to give you official answers on some of these questions, right?
Absolutely.
So Robert, myself, Tim, we are not your brokers. And there are some of these questions that officially only your broker should be guiding you on and giving you guidance on. So that's why we'll direct you to Jason. And if you have to talk to Jen, we'll direct you to Jason and or your therapist. So much like similarly, if a client asks you like, "Hey, how do I set up a trust for my house?" Like, we are not financial planners. We are not estate lawyers. We shouldn't be answering that question. So the right answer for your client is, "That's a great question for your lawyer." If you don't have a lawyer, I'm more than happy to recommend a few people for you to talk to. Boom. Right? That's it. We do not practice law. And we here
I mean, you don't practice law. I practice law. But I do it in my spare time, and
his own version.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is just flooded with subscribers. I give great advice.
Robert gives great advice.
Yeah, it's not like legal advice, but I practice law.
Okay, all right. So please do not take any legal advice from Robert Vincent at all.
No, everything about that is bad.
Yeah. Okay. So we are the source of the source, right? So if the source needs to be a lawyer or a broker or a mental health professional, that's where we're going to send you to. So it's not that we don't want to answer your questions, or that we don't have some great advice, some really awesome nuggets in there, but we probably should not be sharing it with you because there are professionals that are better served, that you are better served by. So that's all that.
So
So yeah,
1 o'clock today, back to the basics. So definitely get into that class. And if you can't attend that one, and you have some of the similar questions or concerns, on Mondays is Ask the Broker.
Ask the Brokers.
Yeah. But it is Friday.
Exactly what that is. It is Friday. It's Friday.
Do
and
we
tomorrow.
Tomorrow what?
Tomorrow.
What?
Is it tomorrow? Wait, hold on.
What tomorrow?
Tomorrow or Thursday or Sunday? It's tubing.
What?
Tubing.
Oh, no way. Is that already here?
It's the 23rd, so it's Sunday. That's right. I'm a day ahead because of this week. It is Sunday. I'm so excited for tubing.
I'm not going to be able to make it because I have a big drive scheduled on Monday, so I'm not going to be able to go. I can't do 2 drives like that in a row because I'm old.
You're gonna miss Octavia. I'm sorry.
Oh well, everybody that goes up there, have a great time. I wish I could go. That sounds like such fun. And frankly, my main reason for going would be basically to park on some balcony somewhere with a nice hot toddy and watch people crash and just basically be a spectator to the spectacle.
But yeah, I don't blame you. I'm a little excited for, tubing's not the most graceful activity. Which I think
that's an understatement. It's like the life-size version of the car dealership floppy balloon guy.
Yes, exactly. So you know what? That's why it's wonderful. We can all do this as a family.
I expect to see some TikToks on that.
Yes, in preparation for your TikTok class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of which, Alana and I spent a little bit of time yesterday getting ready for the class. And let me just tell you, I thought that TikTok was going to be just, push and go. Alana has a great course outlined. And what we went through in kind of a dress rehearsal for that, I learned gazillions and gobs of information. I had no idea what TikTok was capable of. And she really, really does. Mm-hmm. And she's put together a great little sample set of videos that we're going to use to create a TikTok post. And I was blown away by what this young lady is doing. She is just spectacular with this. And I think that, for
the marketing professional.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
So if you
almost like she has a degree in this stuff.
Yeah, she if you
she
have
does, curious.
If she posted on the Facebook page, it's going to be on Monday the 1st or something, whatever, the first
31st.
week, 31st. That's it. It's not March like I thought it was the other day.
Whenever someone texts me to be there, I'll be there.
I have a calendar on my left, and I basically look at that every 15 minutes just to make sure that I'm at least 10 minutes early to something or 10 minutes late, one or the other. I live by the calendar. I don't live by actually what's going on in the noggin. So anyways, if you haven't heard about it, we're going to do that TikTok class on the 31st, and it's going to be really cool. You're going to learn a lot. Trust me. You're going to want to take notes, and we're going to record the class.
I'm going to be there. I don't even have TikTok on my phone. I'm definitely in the category of the olds.
Yeah.
I don't have Snapchat. I don't have TikTok. But I'll be there. I'm excited. I'm excited to learn.
Yeah, and don't worry about getting yourself set up on an account for TikTok, because we're actually going to walk through that process, and we're going to be showing you some very, very important settings that you basically do as soon as you create your account to secure it and to prevent, shall we say, unwanted material from showing up. So we're going to be focusing on the business aspect of it, not the personal use of TikTok. So we want to make sure that we're looking at the right things the right way and keeping ourselves safe and keeping the environment that we work within in TikTok safe. And so that actually comes, I couldn't believe this, but when we were talking yesterday, she's like, okay, do this, this, and this. And then I'm like, okay, I did that. And then I clicked a button. She goes, no, don't do that yet, because we need to get your privacy and settings first. And I'm like, oh. So,
All right. So
yeah.
hold off. Don't click the button
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I will patiently
Yeah.
not sign up. So you won't be able to see
Yeah.
my tubing videos live. I will save them.
Save them. Yeah. Save them to your phone.
For
So,
class. Save them
also,
for
just
class. All right.
we're
But
talking about all the
you were
things
going to
going
say
on.
it's Friday.
Friday. Yeah. So, well, we have Ignite coming up at 9. And of course, back to the basics. You have the command drop-in lab with me today. So, Steve, if you want to come in and ask me some questions, I know you're watching. You can feel free to pop into the Tech Lab at 2 p.m., and that is at kwtechtv.com. And if by chance, it shouldn't do it, but if by chance when you go to kwtechtv.com, which is my Zoom room, when you go there, if it should ask you for a password, it shouldn't. But if it does, the password is always Keller in lowercase. So the password is Keller in lowercase. So it shouldn't ask you, but I do get some people sometimes that say it's asking for a password, and I'm like, okay, Keller, but it shouldn't ask.
That's like when people ask you for your internet password at home, and you're like, try the cat's name. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you're a good hacker, yeah. My hacking days are over, just so we're clear.
Okay. And then, well, actually not at then, but so yesterday, if anyone tuned in yesterday on KW Connect to Jay Papasan on KW Connect live was at 1 p.m. yesterday, going vertical. Today, there's a going vertical panel, and they are going to discuss implementing and maintaining your models after this week. So whatever you talked about.
I was going vertical. I was going vertical.
Woo, okay. Robert's getting crushed up there. So it's about implementing what you heard from Jay yesterday. And both of these are going to be on demand. I don't know if yesterday's is up yet for rewatching, but it will be. If not today, a couple days. Monday.
Couple days. Yeah.
This is, they work on it. They do their thing.
They do their thing.
Yeah, they do their thing. They get it up there.
Mm-hmm.
So 2-part series going vertical. Second part is today at 1. If you missed the first part, it will be up for replay. And it's all about building, maintaining models. And we talk about models all the time here. We talk about the MRE model. Business Plan and Clinic is just
the Lego
all about
models.
What's that?
Lego models, Revell models. I got a model of the 67 Mercury Cougar.
Model airplanes.
Model airplanes. We talk about lots of models.
A lot of models here. A lot of models. And if you're not familiar with models, you haven't used them and implemented them, the big question is, okay, so this is like a model thing. Like, how does that help me? What do I do with this? What is a model and what do I do with it? So these are for you. These are for you.
Yeah. You just put it in a nice display case and little plastic cover on it so that it keeps it dust free. That's what I do with my models.
So hear it from the source first.
Wow, you are really trying to ignore the hell out of me.
You don't need any cases, any special cases, But I do hear it's great for stress reduction, building those models. So
it is. Yeah.
So go for it.
Do it.
I just finished my one of my paintings. And speaking of stress reduction, and
you paint
like a little bit of flow. I do paint.
So is it the by the numbers version or like just paint? I'm just curious. Hey, no judgment here.
No. It's there were a lot of numbers involved, which is weird, but it's not by the numbers. No, I'll share a picture of it. I'll share a picture.
I'd love to see it.
I did like a 4 foot by 4 foot canvas, and it's like I love, I don't know, color mixing, so it's like a lot of color gradation, which is why there were numbers involved, just like mixing the paints and the different.
That sounds like an enormous amount of paint involved.
It was kind of a lot of paint, yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, 4 feet by 4. I mean,
Yeah, it
I've
was
got
super fun.
my TVs aren't even that big.
I put it above the fireplace, and it pretty much takes up the whole space.
Oh my gosh. And what's it of?
All right, friends, we're gonna get you off to your days.
Oh, she's going to ignore me. I asked you what it was of,
Oh,
and you
sorry.
completely ignored that.
I didn't hear. I'm sorry. It's abstract. It's abstract. It's sort of like a
It's not like a
kind
Jackson
of like a
Pollock or anything,
sunset
right?
over water. No, it's lines. I'll post it on the Facebook page because I can't. It's like it's really just like fields of color.
I can't wait.
I don't know how else to describe it.
All right. Well, listen, we are going to go ahead and get on out of here on a Friday morning. We always like to try to shorten this up just so that you can get your day started. There's a lot to choose from. If you haven't already made your choices, remember that you can go to in your email to the news, and it has today. It's got a little bullhorn as a emoji icon there, so you can actually spot it. Which, by the way, kudos to you, Zoe, for being kind of creative in the way that you label the subject of the news, because it shows up in the feed and you actually can always find it, like that little icon. So
The emoji. I will
yeah.
happily take emoji suggestions also. I try to mix it up, keep it like seasonally, like daily, relative. But if you have emoji requests, I will happily take those.
Take a cue from that.
At kwclm.com.
There you go. Take a cue from that, because, one of the things that we're always fighting for is time in people's eyeballs. When we're doing anything promoting or marketing wise. And Zoe kind of nailed it with this, because for me, it actually becomes the tool that I use to locate the news in my feed inside Gmail. So when I look in my Gmail, I see that. It's like when I'm looking for the news, I'm like, there it is. I don't have to read anything. It's like, okay, I associate that there's always an icon right next to the news, and it's bright and it shows up. Take a cue from that for the things that you send out, because we typically, we do cookie cutter things, like, okay, here's the subject line regarding, or, have you heard this or whatever. But, if you brighten it up, if you make it something where it's your signature, that people recognize it over and over. It's like, okay, this is from so-and-so. I don't even have to know that. And it's the latest update on such and such. So I'll take a look at it. So that's a really, very, very smart little thing that you've done there. It makes my life easier.
I'm very glad. I'm glad that's what it's useful. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. All right. We're out of here. Okay. Have a good day, everyone. Have a good weekend, because we are definitely there. If you're going tubing, I want to see some TikToks from that. Specifically, I'm looking for the collisions and the carnage. That's
the
let's
really
that's all I really care about. I just want to see the distance that you can get between the tube, the air, and you. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is how high can you get up there. So have a great weekend, you guys. We'll talk to you soon.